It's Mike with Iceberg Gaming here with another Project Zomboid guide for today. Today in Project Zomboid, I want to talk about the different crops and give you guys my opinion on the best crops, etc. Hopefully after watching this video, you guys will have an idea of what crops you should farm, what you think is best, and then you can take your survival on to that next step of self-sufficiency and live for, what is this character on? Like, 850 days or something like that. 2 years, 3 months, 24 days. Now, the first measure I want to talk about for deciding what the best crops are is how quickly they grow. Now, these are average days till harvest. This is not counting seeds. This is just plant them, and then you pick them, and you can eat them. So we've got at number 1, it takes 10 days for both carrots and cabbages, 12 days for radishes, and then a big jump up to 20 days for potatoes, 23 for broccoli, 24 for tomatoes, and the longest is the 28 days for strawberries. So if you need food quickly, carrots and cabbages are your number 1 bet. Now, as far as decreasing hunger goes, your number 1 choice is going to be cabbages, followed in second place by potatoes, and in third place we've got tomatoes, and then there is a bit of a drop-off. Well, I mean, it's a gradual decline from 24 to 18 to 12 to 9, but broccoli is number 4, then carrots at 8, and then strawberries at 5, and radishes at only 3. Oops, I got 2 number 6s in there. My bad. There, fixed. Number 7 is radish for only 3 hunger. These also decrease your thirst, but the only ones that really it's a factor at all are really the top 3. Cabbage is 10, potato is I think 7, and tomato is just under that, and the rest are like 1 or broccoli is 4, and the rest are like 1. So if you're looking to decrease thirst, you're going to want to go a different way. Cabbage is okay, but the rest really is not worth it for the thirst factor alone. So now, obviously, cabbage is going to be our best bet by all those metrics, but there are a couple other things we want to keep in mind. Number 1, we've got strawberries also decreasing unhappiness by 10. This is huge. If your character gets unhappy, like right now, I am bored because I'm sitting inside, and if I sit inside long enough, since I have outdoorsmen, I'm going to start to get unhappy. So then I can just pop a strawberry or 2, and my unhappiness will go away. So that makes strawberries very good for decreasing happiness if you don't have access to books, etc. The next kind of, I guess you could say, intangible that I want to talk about is trapping. Now, trapping, the best bait to use for trapping is carrots. The carrots divide better into the traps for some reason than any other vegetable. You get more traps per carrot than any other vegetable. I don't know the exact math. I don't have the exact numbers. But for trapping efficiency, carrots are your best bet. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you are deciding what you want to grow. So with that being said, here is my ranking list. In the S tier, I'm putting cabbages because they grow the fastest and they give the most hunger and thirst. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that they're very low calories, so if you need calories, cabbages are not going to be the way to go. I'm also putting the strawberries in the S tier because of the fact that they give back, they make you happy. Next up in the A tier, carrots are relatively weak as far as the food and water, but since they are so good for trapping, I'm putting them A tier along with potatoes as the second best for satiating hunger and thirst. Potatoes also have a little bit more calories than the cabbage, so if you need calories, they're a better choice. And in the B tier, for kind of our average baseline vegetable, we've got the tomato. They're pretty good at everything, so they are our kind of average. Next up in the C tier, we've got broccoli. They are a little on the lower end of everything, but not too bad. They're pretty close to the tomatoes, so it's not that big of a jump down. And then in the D tier, as the worst vegetable, we've got radishes. They don't really do a whole lot for you. They've got low hunger and low thirst, and they don't have a whole lot of calories either. So they're kind of just they're the worst. We'll just leave it at that. They're the worst. If you're gonna skip a crop, skip the radishes. Now, personally, I like to grow all the crops because I like to mix them into salads, and that makes your character more happy. But if you had to skip one, skip the radishes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one for another Project Zomboid guide.